keep me interested.
Keep us focused.
Keep us focused. Out of trouble. Hi, Jackie.
Hey.
How was your day?
It was good. I just got back from the gym.
I need to join the gym.
I cannot wait.
Good for the content. No?
Right.
The shot I hit to win that.
I'd rather not talk about that.
I'm the only one that's won a cup out of me and Rory.
Amazing, honestly.
Welcome to VP and an Opinion. Welcome to the Golf Sit Down.
Welcome.
VP and an Opinion. Jackie, you're not just an opinion. You're my friend Jackie. That's not the fun part. The fun part is we just got done with an exciting Masters weekend. Like, what an exciting Masters weekend. Best Masters weekend, I don't know about ever, but it was pretty good in a long time. I mean, watching Tiger in 19, and, like, it was tight, you know. Last 6-8 holes was tight for, 2019, but I can't remember it other than that one in the last 10 years. As an exciting Masters as we've had? I don't know.
All I know is I have never in my life wanted a round of golf to be less relatable in my life. Because that second 9 was way too relatable for the average golfer. I mean, like, the other, 54 plus 9, 63 holes? Not relatable at all.
Math. We can do some math on this show.
Yeah, but the last 9 was far too relatable in just golf. And I was
right?
like, I don't want to relate to you right now. Like,
hole number 1 was relatable. Like, double bogey on 1. Let's go. Like, set the mood. The chip into Rays Creek was 13 or 15. Was it 13? Or 15? I think it was 13.
It was 13. But 15 was the amazing shot onto the green.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Unbelievable. But yeah, the chip in from 83 yards on 13. Yeah, I've been there. I can handle that. I do that all day.
I mean,
I think any one of us could.
There's something about being in the middle of the fairway that makes me so uncomfortable,
Right. I mean, it was on a little side hill, kind of comes off the face to the right or to the left, whatever, but I don't know. That's what he said about it. He said, oh, they come off a little left, so I'm a little right. And I'm like, I was a little too far right.
I think we have different...
You got a 4-shot lead. I think that was literally when he had a 4-shot lead at the time.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, whatever, I'll just chip it into Rays Creek. No big deal. Just want to make it exciting.
I'll be fine. Okay.
But he wins the Grand Slam. I mean, I know we're going to go out of order here, but he wins the Grand Slam. That's the biggest, news, right? 6th person ever to win the Slam. First one since 20... No, when did Tiger do it? 2009? I think it was 2009. Yeah, so it's been a while. Before that was 80... in the 80s, I think. But yeah, he completes the Grand Slam. Obviously, I didn't pick him to win, so I wasn't pulling for him. But it was hard not to pull for him.
Yeah, at a certain point, with Bryson kind of just falling off for the game, like the game of golf, like as a whole, for what it is,
right.
It's so hard not to root for him. And I think, they were definitely, Justin Rose fans, and it would have been really cool if he won as well. But I can't lie, I cried when Rory won.
I've shed some tears over the Masters.
Yeah, and Lamu was right next to me, and when he made his putt to win,
by the way.
Yes, that is my dog. I can have her come in if you would like to say hello. But I was like, I can't scare her, so I can't scream. So I did a silent scream, and then I just started crying.
That's fantastic. It is like I was worried about, like you mentioned, the Bryson fall off. I was so worried about that for one of them before the round, because how many times have we seen that in the final round where somebody in the last pairing falls off, right? And I was like, I don't want it to, but I know it's gonna happen. I think, but yeah, then you have the first hole and it's tied, and I'm like, oh god. And then
Yeah.
second hole, Bryson has a one shot lead. I'm like, what is going on here,
Oh no,
right?
I thought the same thing. I was like, AJ better not text me right now because my mental
Right?
capacity is not there. Like,
I was like, okay. I'm on Facebook. I'm like, just scrolling Facebook, watching and like looking and like everybody's like, uh oh, because I posted it's posting how awesome it was. Like
that,
I
yeah,
started posting on Thursday, right before the round, the on our Instagram for the podcast, the Bryson versus Rory, just our because I put him as my favorite, so it would always be the only two at the top, and just
yeah.
kept posting updates, halfway through the round or after the round, and it was fun to do that. And then it's like Saturday, it's like our picks are in the final round, like final, group on Sunday, like how freaking cool is that?
We picked really well. Okay.
Right? We did.
Honestly, like, that was amazing in
It
itself.
was good for the content,
Right.
right?
And that's
And
what
I
we care
kept I
about.
kept posting it just to update. And like after the first hole, I'm like, because I right before I posted, right? All right, here we go. Final round about to start. And then like one hole in, I'm like, oh god, like I am not texting Jackie. Like I can't talk to her right now.
I'm glad that you thought the same thing because I could have talked to you. I was like, no.
There was no way we could have gone back and forth all day on that.
No, and I was working right during the masters, and I had like customers saying like, "Can you believe this?" And I'm like, "I'd rather not talk about that." No, I didn't say that, but it's like, no, like that's crazy. Like,
One of the funny things I thought about, and I think it was like maybe yesterday or today, and I was like, our disclaimer says no work was missed during the recording of the podcast. We got nothing to say about work being missed during the Masters. I'm not going there. Like,
you see, did you see the study where work productivity drops by 75% during Masters Week, like across all,
is that
across,
not crazy?
yeah, like that's incredible. Yeah.
I
Well, and
was
I
like,
think too, like the people who go to the Masters, like you have to get picked by the lottery, and you don't have your phone. So if you're working, like a normal job, like the rest of us, and then you don't have your job for 4 days or for whatever day, productivity is going to go down too. So it's like, what is that taking into consideration, right? Is that taking into account all the people who got to go because of the lottery, like rather than paying like X amount of money to just go to like the U.S. Open or something? So it's insane.
it is. I don't know that my productivity went down. It probably did a little bit, Thursday, Friday, but definitely Saturday, Sunday. Definitely Sunday. I was like, I had people text me, "You want to do something?" Nope. I'm right here.
Yeah.
Only staying right here. you know.
I don't think my productivity went down. I think I was like more focused on work because I was like, if I'm focused, that means Rory's focused.
Okay, so you
How does
you were
that make sense?
channeling your
Yeah.
focus through Rory. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
And then which he did everything he could to give it away. I mean, he did not make it easy on himself. That's for sure.
No, but that was probably one of the best displays of mental toughness I've ever seen in a like
For sure.
golf tournament or of a player. And I was thinking about it last night when I was driving, and I was like, is Rory officially my favorite golfer because of that? Like, because he did things that we would do is, I'm going to call us average golfers at this point, but like
Right.
what the average golfer would do, and you're like, wow, yeah, I would do that too. But then it wasn't just like, he wasn't like us. Like, he didn't crumble.
Oh, no.
He came back and he hit a shot on 18 green in the playoff that had a 0.27% chance of getting that close. 0.27%. That is
kind of like a shot I hit to win that. No?
Right. Yeah, it's the same.
Funniest thing, that shot, I think it was on 15 or maybe 17 when he dropped the club.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And it lands like 3 feet. There was 2 things that went through my head. The first thought was playing with you a few years ago, and you hit this chip shot and you're like, ugh! And I'm like, and it lands like a foot and a half away from the hole, and I'm like, oh, is she talking? Why is she like grunting over there, or disappointed over her? As I'm scalding my chip shot across the green.
Because it didn't feel good, AJ. Okay?
So that was my first thought. Second thought, a few minutes later, the commentary, after the round in his interview, he's like, yeah, I thought when I hit that shot, because I asked him about it, when I hit that shot, I hit it off the toe, and I thought it was going to be so bad. I was like, he's not the only person to hit a ball off the toe to win a tournament.
Crazy. Now you relate.
Now I can relate. Like, Rory's just like me. Or am I just
basically the same person?
Basically the same.
Like, health habits?
Right. Health, everything. Yep, everything. Family, perfect. Got it all.
Exactly.
But no, you were talking about the perseverance, like, and just the mental, like, to stay in it like he did. And I love how he said at the end, the double on one, like, settled his nerves. Because he said he was admittedly so nervous going into that round, forcing himself to eat and drink. And, he could not, it's like, okay, I'm human. I made a double. Just lock in. Let's go. Right?
Yeah.
And he did it. And he didn't make it easy. And then, it's like, they even said it on the broadcast, like, they better be careful. These other guys are playing pretty good behind them or in front of them, really, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. So then I started watching, like, I'm like all Team Bryson, right? Because, I picked Bryson. So I'm on Team Bryson. I'm on Facebook. Everybody, there's a couple people commenting, yeah, go Bryson. And then, like, Bryson's, falling off, gets to, like, 8, 7, 6 under, And then somebody's like, I'm like, all right, come on, Rosie. You can do it, Rosie. Justin Rose, right?
Yeah. And even Ludwig.
Somebody commented on Facebook, it's like, I meant Team Rosie, not Team Bryson, or something like that. I was like, yeah, I'm right there with you. And so it's like, yeah, we meant Team Rosie, not Rory.
Yes.
But it was funny. And then, of course, Rosie comes back, posts 11 under, and I'm like, oh, shoot. And I even said it. I was like, I think Rory was on 16, and he birdied or parred 16. I think he birdied 16. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm like, I think he was tied. After 16, he was tied at 11 under with Justin Rose. And I was like, he's going to bogey 18 to lose by 1. I forgot the fact that I didn't realize the fact he was going to birdie 17, right? So he birdied 17 to go 12. He did end up bogeying 18 to go, to tie, force the playoff, and then hit that amazing second shot on 18 to, like, is that the one you're saying that was 0.2?
Yeah, it was 0.2. So I think he hit it to, I think it was 3 feet 9 inches.
Yeah, it was insane. When he hit the shot, I'm like, because in regulation he pulls or pushes it to a bunker. I'm like, okay, like, yep, he's gonna hit the bogey like I thought, And then he hits that shot to like 3.5 feet, and I'm like, where did that come from? From the same spot, almost exactly, too, right?
Well, But is a playoff different, right? So a playoff, you can consider it more match play, and then your entire mindset can shift, which I don't know if it did, right? But like, Rose hits this great, fantastic shot from 157.
Like, how many times have we seen that exact same shot on 18 on Sunday that Rose hit to win the turn? Like, it was the perfect shot.
It
right?
was.
For about 10 seconds.
But it's like, it's just you and your opponent. And then, your opponent hits that shot, and it's like, you can take the mindset of, I'm going to one-up them. Or, like, I'm going to make a point right now. And he made a point. Like, he proved how much he wanted it. And I don't think anybody doubted how much he wanted it either. You know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was very impressive, that shot, especially that second shot. I'm like, oh. I was like, well, I think Justin has a chance to make it, but a lot of times we don't see that putt made by Justin, right? That we see that putt a lot. And I don't know what the percentage is, I have no clue, but sometimes it's made, sometimes it's not. It's probably, 10%, 15%, if that. But I'm like, he's got a chance, playoff, he'll make this. And then he missed it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, well, Rory missed a shorter one in the U.S. Open. Maybe. No, he makes it, wins the cup. Or with the cup. He didn't win the cup. I'm the only one that's won a cup out of me and Rory. But anyway, he might have a jacket that I don't have, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But he makes it, and I'm like, okay, it's, he deserves it. He got it. I felt bad for Rose. That's the second time he's lost in a playoff. But it's like, he did it. He's got the Grand Slam. You could tell at the, afterwards, like, the broadcast is just silent. It's just on him and the walk to the clubhouse. And
the way that he collapsed, even.
Right.
Because you have to think about it. Like, this isn't just 4 rounds of golf in one extra hole for him. Right?
This is 11 years of trying.
I'm going to say 17. 17 years from his first time playing in the Masters. Because that's like...
I've heard 14, I've heard 17, I've heard 11. Like, it's,
know. For him, like, I think in one of the interviews, he was like, it's more 17, right? Because that's the first time.
Right,
and, like, I've tried to win every time. But
well, of course, right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, like, that's 17 years of playing at the same course. And then the last 11 years, you have millions. You have millions of people telling you all you're going to do is choke and you can't win and you're never going to do it. And that has to get to you. Like, no matter who you are, like, you're going to hear it over and over, and it's going to be, this big headline whenever the Masters comes around. And so I think for him, it was like 17 years of a book being closed, finally, and just all of that pent-up emotion, how much he wanted it, like, it gave me chills. Like, just, amazing, honestly.
It was crazy. So you watch that, you got Shane Lowry and Fleetwood that come out and said hi. I was a little bit shocked that there wasn't more players out there. I don't know if you read anything into that or not. I don't know, but it was very shocking to me because normally, like, when Tiger won, like, the line of players that were out there in 19, that congratulated Tiger, I was like, where's everybody else? Like,
I think that they wanted to give him the moment.
Maybe. The moment, and that's cool too. They did it, and I thought it was great. And I just remember you watching that, and then you got a few minute break, and then they go to Butler Cap, and then they go to the green, watch the whole thing, right? And then at the very end, when the coverage goes off from the green ceremony, the ceremony on the green, the coverage goes off, and I'm like, I just sat there for a minute, and I'm like, I gotta wait another whole year for this? Like, this sucks. Like, it's so much adrenaline and like emotion of like watching this and the excitement. It's like I have to wait another whole 360 days to do this
Yeah.
again.
I was watching the broadcast through the app, you know,
Yeah, yeah, me too.
and I did not turn it off until after the ceremony. Like literally, it stayed on until it turned off.
Yep, me too.
I was just, uh, it was amazing. But you know what they say, you can't win all the majors in a year if you don't win the first. So
Well, Rory said that yesterday, so he has a chance to win the Grand Slam this year. Like
he's
it's
he's playing so well right now.
and it's two of the courses really set up for him too. I'm not sure about Oakmont, but like he's won at Quail Hollow
Yeah.
PGA. He's I don't know if he's won at the course where the Royal is it Royal something,
Well, hmm,
but it's the
no.
course it's at for the Open this year is like in his backyard growing up. Um, so like he's got those two. I don't know about Oakmont. Maybe I don't for the U.S. Open, but he's got a chance.
Yeah, it says
It'll be
it's
interesting.
Royal Port Rush in Northern Ireland.
Port Rock. That's right, Royal Point Rock, which is in
Imagine
Ireland,
living in
right?
Northern Ireland.
In Northern Ireland, right? So in his backyard, Northern Ireland's the size of this county, but you know he literally like he's got a good shot at it. Now
Yeah.
we'll see, but the PGA's next month in Charlotte at Quail Hollow, so I think he's got a good chance there too. But it's amazing, the reaction, from the world. Everybody excited. Grand Slam, he's done it. I heard a couple people are like, now that he's won this, like the scores he's probably gonna post at the Masters for a couple years is gonna be so like good. Like he might win two or three more, just because it's the loads off his back. He
I
he
think
could be scary the next few years.
I cannot wait. Honestly, yes. Yes. Yeah.
So what
Uh,
other reactions from around the world? Like, yeah, I mean, I
so
remember seeing the one video of his hometown, like his home club. They were all watching, and like as soon as he hit the putt, like everybody's screaming, throwing things. What do you got?
so I am I'm going to say I'm fairly active on X, formerly known as Twitter, that I refer to as Twitter a lot. So sorry to anybody that
Whatever.
wants to call it by its real name, but um, the amount of people that have just congratulated him has been amazing. Like Shane Lowry's post for
Yeah.
Rory, like that is the epitome of friendship. Like you lose a golf tournament, you know, like the Masters, but then you still go out and you post such a heartfelt congratulations for your friend is, I mean, that's honestly just next level, you know. Adam Sandler posted something. I think everybody, like, there's so many people obviously in the golf world, but Tiger posted. It's just been crazy. I think my favorite was the Nike ad. Did you see that? The Nike ad that was put out
One, I
after
saw two.
the one with
The one I
the
saw on like Sunday or Monday morning was really good. The one I saw today, I was like, not really.
the one that
Which
I'm
one do you see?
to. Yeah, it's the one with the dry cleaners. Um, they showed clips of him as a kid, like growing up,
Yeah, I
and
think that's one. Yeah, that one was the good one. I saw
yeah,
another one of him like the 5:30 alarm clock. Have you seen that one?
mm-mm.
Like it's just the 5:30 alarm going off and like him waking up, hitting balls, working out. It wasn't as good. I like the dry cleaner one better. The
Yeah,
ready for pickup on Sunday with his name on it. That was pretty
yeah,
good. Nike's been, they do pretty good. They have a good marketing team. You know. Now some of these commercials write themselves, like Tiger in 2015, but whatever. Um,
Yeah, I think.
It was chipping.
I think one
I
of
was a
my
little. What was your feelings on the pin placement at 16 this year? Did you catch that? So the pins normally, like if you're, at the tee, the pins normally like left side lower, so you can hit it off and let it roll down, right?
Mhm.
But it was up on top, like mid back
Was that
green,
in
up on
honor of
top.
somebody winning though?
It was 50 anniversary of Jack. It was there when Jack won in 1975, Jack Nicklaus. So,
Yeah,
and he had made a birdie on that hole. So, in honor of Jack's 50th,
yeah.
year anniversary, they put it there. I was just like shocked because it's like I don't remember ever seeing that pin there on a Sunday, right? And I was like, when I first saw it in the earlier day coverage, I was like, what are they doing? Like, you can't do this. Like, this is like the worst thing ever. How are you going to create a tiger, dramatic tiger shot again, or a hole in one, right? Because there's always a hole or one or two on Sunday, in that pin. I'm like, how are you going to ruin this? And I'm like, okay, it's for Jack, but still.
I I don't know. I think it's cool because of the history, I guess. But
Right.
also, like, what tournament keeps the same pins on the final round every year?
The Masters.
Like,
Usually.
I think changing one is okay. You know?
Yeah, I mean, they probably changed more, right? But, like, they
Yeah.
could have. But I remember, like, I mean, 16 is pretty iconic, especially 2015 Tiger, and, like, every year because people hit hole in ones. And I thought it was odd because I felt like, was it Saturday? Friday or Saturday, the pin was more in the Sunday location.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's odd. Why is it there right now? Right? And then
Yeah.
Sunday, they probably, I'm pretty sure it's probably pretty close to that location one of the other days. But I was just a little like, oh, okay. Just
But like
wasn't.
with how big the win was for Rory, if
Yeah.
it was in this Tiger location, it's not gonna live up to Tiger, right?
No,
Like it's
you're
not gonna
right.
live up to that. So it's like, while it isn't in the normal location, it's not gonna take like it wouldn't take away from Tiger's
Ooh.
moment, but it wouldn't
Does
add
it
anything.
take away from Rory's win?
No, I don't think
No,
that.
I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
don't
just
think that it
kidding.
being in Tiger's location would have added anything either, right? It's just like,
No,
oh,
it doesn't.
that's
It
cool.
doesn't change his win in any way whatsoever,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That was just. I was just joking. That's funny.
Yeah. Um, but I think
Controversial thoughts with.
with AJ Ryman.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but no, I think
Rory's win is fraudulent.
they need to replay that final round with the pin in the right place on 16.
Yeah, they gotta replay it. I need a Monday playoff with Rose, and
All
Rory.
they do is play 16 18 times with the pin in the same place. Yes.
Exactly. How many hole-in-ones would they have if that was the case?
Oh my gosh.
They'd be all around that thing all day. If they were playing
Yeah.
it 18 times in a row, that'd be crazy. But
Um,
no, there's been a lot of. Sorry, go ahead. I'll
no,
cut
I
you
was just
off.
gonna say what's been really cool is hearing all this. I guess I don't know if I would say stories necessarily, but like the background of how Rory got to where he is with his parents, right? Like
Right.
his dad worked 100-hour weeks and worked multiple jobs to make sure that their only child could live out their dreams, right? And to put him and give him everything that he needed to accomplish them, even if that meant like potentially sacrificing, right, like the relationship with his wife like for that period of time because they didn't get to see each other that much since they were working such opposite schedules. And like I wake up this morning, I'm reading this article, it's like 9 a.m. and I'm just like, tears are coming from my eyes. And I think it was 2009, like Rory bought his parents a house and sorry, and was like, they gave up so much for me and sacrificed so many things for me. I want to make sure they never have to worry about that again. And like, I'm sitting in bed, Mama's staring at me like I'm insane, and I'm just like crying, like,
Yeah.
that is amazing. But I love hearing the history of these players because it's not like they just woke up one day and were the best players. Like, sacrifices were made, like,
I
personally,
mean,
like,
they put the work in too. It's
yeah,
not just their parents. It's not just them. It's like it takes the old saying is it takes a village, right? So Roy wasn't there by himself, and he did a good job recognizing that too, like in his interviews and talking about his caddy and his parents and talking to his daughter.
yeah. It really tugged on my heartstrings during the interview at the end when they asked about his parents, and his parents are in Northern Ireland right now, and he just started welling up, like,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, that's crazy. So as you know, Rory wins. Bryson shoots. I think what 3 over on Sunday. Finishes
Yeah.
at 7 under par. Rory finished 11 under par. So your pick wins again, second week in a row, and by another 4 shots. So yeah, it was so much fun though. I mean, we've already covered it real quick, but you know, our picks in the final pairing on Sunday just made for even more, you know, dramatic times watching.
Yeah.
Um, we've got to do so they're at the RBC Heritage this weekend in Harbortown, South Carolina, Hilton Head Island. You ever play there, Jackie, in your college
No.
days? No.
No, I didn't. We played Kiowa.
Um, okay, close to there. Right? That's close to Hilton Head, right?
I
Or
don't know.
Charleston, maybe.
I
Oh.
I'm not very
Did you
good
play
with.
Kiowa like the U.S. Open Kiowa?
No, no, we played. So there's a bunch of courses at Kiowa.
Right.
We didn't play the ocean course, but we did get to go there and eat lunch and dinner and watch the sunset. Um, it was really
Awesome.
really fun.
All right.
Right.
So there's some big names in the field. Scotty's playing. Justin Thomas, Jordan, your boy Jordan, Shane Lowry. You can't pick Rory again this
I
year.
can't.
Neither, I still could, but
I like my
he's not
pick.
playing. He pulled out.
Well, yeah,
Huh?
because he's going with his parents. I said I liked my pick last week.
Yeah, he said,
Uh,
I'm going home. He's like, I'm going home.
yeah,
Man, this is tough.
I think I'm gonna pick
Do we want
Colin
to set
more.
a standard of?
Um,
Do we want to? Are you picking Colin? Okay, let's add it. I'm gonna add it to the list.
what were you
Colin.
gonna say about standard?
Well, I was saying, and I think this is fine. We'll do it this way. So the winner gets to pick first. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so either winner picks first or loser picks first, either one. But I like the winner picks first, so I'm going to add that as I'm going to start a rule set. Winner picks first. I like that. Colin Morikawa. I am sure I butchered that name, spelling. So, actually,
Oh
how bad
Lord.
did I do? Actually, I only missed it by one letter.
Did you only put one L?
No. Oh, I don't know his first name. I butchered his last name. I only missed his last name.
Alright,
Put
it
OWA
did
instead of AWA. Hey,
Okay.
I'll take that. Did I do 2 L's? No, I did 1 L. Is it IN? It is IN. All right, cool. Who am I going to pick? You know who I'm going to pick just because he was playing really well at the Masters. I mean, there's a lot of people who play well at the Masters, but I'm going to take Jason Day. He's making a comeback.
Really? Yeah. I feel like you're just picking him
And
because of
it's,
his outfits, but that's just me.
Because of what?
Because of his outfits.
Uh, I'm all about some loud clothing. All about it. Loud colors, but some of his, I mean, he literally got told this year, do not wear what you wore last year. Like they made him take off like one of his clothes, tops last year,
Where?
and change it at the Masters last year
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because it had this like big writing on it, and it was like this. I don't know, it was weird. But he wore what he wore on Saturday or Friday. I think it was Friday. He had a mock that looked horrible. Like whatever brand of clothing that is, it's not it for me.
Yeah. I think, isn't it Melbourne?
Maybe, yeah. I like if I were to pick something, and there's one golfer that's sponsored by Municipal, which is
Mm.
if I wasn't in the middle of recording a podcast, I'd know exactly who I'm talking about. But
Wyndham Clark is sponsored, right?
Wyndham Clark, I think, is the guy that's sponsored. But the guy that owns the brand is
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
oh yeah, this guy, Mark Wahlberg. Good God. He's in a
Wow.
lot of things. I like
He is.
Wahlberg does a lot of business stuff. I love watching his stuff. So, all right. So our picks are in.
Cool.
We've got Morikawa versus Jason Day.
I like that. That's going to be a good
I
one.
like that too. It, it's going to be sad the first time that one of our picks doesn't make the cut. That's going to be
Yeah.
that's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow. But hey, we'll make it through. Right now, you got a big lead. So you had 7, now it's 11. Now it's I think 11. So there we go. Hey, you're 2-0. I'll get one day, or maybe you do a clean sweep. You never know.
Good team. Can't win them all if you don't win the first. You know what I mean?
All right,
You can't
Rory.
birdie all the holes if you don't birdie the first. Words to live
That's
by.
true. But when I do birdie the first, I don't
I
birdie
don't birdie the
anymore.
rest.
I boogie the rest. That might be have to go with one of our clips for
Oh,
the show.
that's so real.
I'm gonna mark that because that was funny. All right, so we got our picks. It's a signature event too, which I thought was really cool. Which
Yeah.
makes it even more crazy that Rory's pulling out. But I mean, he's good.
There's another jacket on the line here.
Right? Scotty won 2 in a row last year, didn't he? Scotty won last year, I'm pretty sure. He won
Yeah, he
the
did.
Masters and the Harbor. It is cool. It is interesting to see how many winners actually go on to play at Harbortown because I feel like a lot of them pull out if they win the Masters. Like, I'd be so exhausted. Like Rory said, I want to go see my dad and my mom,
Yeah.
I would too. But on that note, so we kind of joked about this when we did finally talk on Sunday night, or start texting a little bit, right before. I think we started texting right before the playoff. But it's like now that he's got it, like I made the comment, I was like, does he just retire now? Does he just ride off into the sunset with his kid and just? It has to be a tempting thought, right? Especially wanting to go home, see his parents. But then he says all the right things too. He's like, well, there's still a lot of golf to be played this year. And I'm playing really damn well, right? So, he's 3 wins on the year so far. And
Incredible. Like,
with
truly.
the
But I
players,
think,
the 5th major.
I don't know. I just think he's not the kind of player that just because he's done that, he's going to stop now. Like, I think he's going to try to chase, like, maybe another Grand Slam. I think he's going to, you know what I mean? Like, this huge accomplishment has now been checked off, and I don't think he's like, okay, like, that's it. I think he's gonna go back to the drawing board and like come up with a new goal.
Yeah, I think, when I said it on Sunday, I actually meant it, right? Like, I thought, like, man, I could really see him doing this. Like, if that just happened to me, you know what? I got a kid at home. Like, we're just going to go, hang out. Like, we ain't doing nothing. But then it's like the competitor in him, and I could feel that too. I mean, not at that level, obviously, but I could totally see, he's like, yeah, there's a lot of golf. Like, can't win the Grand Slam in 1 year if you don't win the first. Making that comment. He mentioned several times in a lot of his interviews about, hey, it's Ryder Cup year. It's glad that it was Rosie that was with the playoff with me, because at least the Europeans taking the first major. Like, he thinks a lot about the game and from a Europe, from a pride standpoint, from a country national pride standpoint.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, he's not giving up on the year because it's a Ryder Cup year too, right? So, maybe in the off season he might reflect, depending on how the rest of the year goes. Like, now if he goes and wins a Grand Slam this year and like the Ryder Cup, like, okay, like, I don't even want to see you. Like, just stop, go away. That's like prime Tiger Woods. When he would win 33% of the matches or tournaments he entered, right? Like, it gets kind of like, okay, golf's golf. Like, okay, Tiger's in the field. Yep. All right, let's just go do something else.
You're gonna win. It's fine. Just turn it off already.
They replayed. Was it the '97 Masters? The one where he was like, he had a 12-shot lead. He was 18 under, like the next closest. I'm pretty sure it was a 97, and the next closest person was 6 under. And I'm like, and the names on the list, like Fred Couples, Tom Kite, Ben Crenshaw, Nick Fall, like these huge names on the leaderboard. And Tiger Woods, brand new kids, like got a 12-shot lead going into Sunday. And I'm like, I remember it back then, but it didn't sink in until the other day when I saw that graphic on. They replayed like a video from it on the broadcast.
Sometimes when I get a boost of serotonin, I pull up YouTube and I watch that round, like the final round from the 97 Masters.
He just destroyed it. It was crazy.
It's just like, that's so cool,
Where was the pin on 16 in that round?
Normal.
Yeah, it means absolutely nothing, but it's something to grab onto.
Oh my god, you're funny.
But no, that pretty much wraps up, man. It was a great Masters recap. What an exciting time. It's no other major can do this. I don't know why, but Masters Week's just special. And I can't wait to go one day. So I'll win the lottery one day to go. So, or we'll get a media ticket one day. Any final thoughts, Jackie? We didn't really play our game, but that's okay. We covered a lot. We can skip. Like, a game's just not worth it today.
Yeah. I don't think so. I'm just so happy for Rory,
Yep, I agree. It's cool to witness the history.
Yeah.
So, well, Jackie, you have a great week.
Thank you.
We'll sign off. I think it was a great episode. We'll get it out on Thursday. And, we'll go from there. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Disclaimer. No work was neglected or missed in the recording of this podcast. Remember, if you hit it off the toe, share the show.
And if you hit it off the heel, share the reel.
Thank you for listening to this episode of VP and an Opinion.
We'll see you next time.